Ga chan di ma bok. A che wa ki wa ko ya be ga ban tin yin tialti. Yitin wa ma da bung pyo la ya ma ko. Ke ga bung den ma ko nyan gore. Abu ko ro pan chal go ma cha. Bi ko ra ga de chirka no ma ko. Ko na bung pyo la ya ma ko. A che go ra da ko er ba. Ben go na lo ya wen nyan di pa wa. Ben go ra da ko er ba. Ben go na chong den gun nyan fa du ko riam ko. A che go ra da ko er ba. Ben go na bang shor mangar nyan ba shari. Yal go ra da ko er ba. Yal ko na de gwat. Tin kuni wa. Tin den ma ja. Yal go ra da ko er ba. Yal cho da ben lang ba ma chu du ka ji mun to ga ja. Cho lang ka ji mun to ga ja. Akula kon yo mo kun wadi. Akun mo ndi. Aba ndi le ba to en biya war. Ai ba ra tin ba je ba ga cham. Ani ak be ban man jo che. Ada man jam tin ban tiao. La wa kulwa. Kira yana wandi. Ku shi bandu. Aman kira la ko dira ko go. Ko ga kon. Aman. Kalma ri war ko an bata. Wulong du ban tu du ma dingdi. Ram du ma ga na ko. Dem ri wun ma tongdi. Ri nyar bi ku mana tang ma ya chota wala. Wan nyar bi ga na ko la chot ya chop toy ro. Sanyen ma ya da toy bi ya ka we. Ala chala ka ga ra bang da ka do nga we na ka tok. Sanyen ma ya kan man tun nya na. Wor nya la len ko go te ki mana tin lo ban chol ba ma. Ke ban tun nya di dio mi da da ku di. Wol gang lo wol jog ya. Ke ban tun nya di dio mi da da ku di. Garang ma tur garang du jog to. Ke ban tun nya di dio mi da da ku di. Kon ma jog tiar ko na kon ma du. Ke ban tun nya di dio mi da da ku di. Wol ma kir nya wol dal me le. Ke ban tun nya di dio mi da da ku di. Ka ban tun nya di na cha do. Ke shin ta. Kulen nya le le chola ni yuk pa ni ru. Ale jal ko jam bar yal jil yam no. Ke shin ta. Kule ken nya li. Na ko jam kin nya li wara ba tar nyunen. Ko jam kin nya li wara ba tar nyunen. Ko jam du na tu dan ga yi. La bo ani me. Wana ga chandir mariya ci biu ga bir chwa nya li. Chandir mariya nya ai pairu ba go to nya ja ku to nya wat. Na to ga dem ni. Kan war ga lil kwa lir kwa che to. Ku to ga piul bar ya. Kan war ga lil kwa lir kwa che to. A che to. Kwa che pu wo to wa lel ga. Tai ra ji bo noi ba ne rin yan doi.
We call bukan mana ting we call jaban we gacha lor we gacha mot kene tim chok kwen wa mudun yang makwai o gachi dial ban cheng tim chok chi cheng ki ben live kwa che kal wil ke liu ka ga tau e me kule tin jiro loy en tau tin ya ko lo anang ka bi o ka jam tin ka nga ju ka chi ro loy mostly o ga jam ka ki Junub Sudan ko Junub Sudan chin ko le ko pa ka chin kin yam chi ro loy tin Junub Sudan i chet America ke Trump na ngai news ka ngi jan ngi chi Trump ki luel won ki ko goy ka Junub Sudan taban like any other country anang ka grod loy tin bak ko ke ka ko ka ya ka won we ku media because de la other ku bi sha by be aware of it ka bi an jam tin ya kol mostly I che ka bi politics lakin party la bi politics ren ke politics kwen ko jam la nga kuma ke consider ke politics kan ana biloga to music campaign gani ko ana bila topic ka ben jam tin na kan karo tok a pay to play abi an jam tin ki ke grow ko tagen bi ak ben zaman nyai tin a prisoner system judicial system in South Sudan kujala prison management kan bi an ka jam den ren chung ti ko la anang ka chi lui pam nya along panijal madingaul wa ka chi madingaul di chitengi dike ko gi ben kay na yuj banden o music ba toy let me know na ya ka pinga pap ren ba marat ka toy YouTube che chet kada ting che chet music kan che upload so yan ka ba toy YouTube at least for now na ya ka pinga pap ka bag la ga na ning ko nya ka yograden I would hear it clear let me know too I can batem lo ning dal ko gon bating bakaloy it just for time being I know sometimes YouTube and advertisement and we cannot escape the only way you can escape is having music in your system in a let me know if you can hear it, please. Please let me know if you can hear it. Okay, I'm gonna try another music, y'all, for now.
ding mi da will America punching a door. I can not dare come can young for the door king mi da will. I did what take what my ding da will America punching a door. I
Please let me know if you can hear.
Can young for the door king mi da will. Hey, all America punching me down will di by a really bang, or really sharp, or really dear. Punching me down will dig by a young near good. Hey, all America punching me down will dig by a really bang, or really sharp, or really dear. Punching me down will dig by a young near good. With chickaping young boy dig me down. Attacking me down, young for the door at all. With chickaping young boy dig me down. Attacking me down, young for the door at all. But in the Nirauli, attacking the Jabal by. Naloy dig me down by Kid America, Madiana. But in the Nirauli, attacking.
Okay, I'm gonna play another song here. Bear with me. Let me know if you can hear me.
Banjar al gang atoj bu banjar gani banya awi bale bai awi bukaya mon kanyal kurba ulang du ko Banjar al gang atoj bu banjar gani banya awi bale bai awi bukaya mon kanyal kurba ulang du ko Pirjinu buka wirom romadiyam Majar kon majar bayo Majar man padwal koyel Awit bale bay Pirjinu buka wirom Awit bukaya Kon tanyal kurban Tulang gadut buang yawan Pirjinu buka wirom romadiyam Majar kon majar bayo Majar man padwal koyel Awit bale bay Pirjinu buka wirom Kun tanyal kurban Tulang gadut buang yawan Ya bici jam kacang Ya bici jam Ya jam dolar ni beriak Tulen gaya Kun tanyal kurban Kacang ngayon kanudut Tubo biaray Ya bici jam kacang Ya bici jam Ya jam dolar ni beriak Tulen gaya Kun tanyal kurban Kacang ngayon kanudut Tubo biaray Ani jam yang cidir kiluban Ani diawe bon tanyal kurban Kacang ngayon kanudut Tubo biaray Ani jam yang cidir kiluban Ani diawe bon tanyal kurban Kacang ngayon kanudut Tubo biaray 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 Tapi karanya lijon na ciyin ini jangan tuai kawalnya yang lagi wala pun tanya kurban kacang ngayon kanudut Tubo biaray
Ian music bajal cholakaj Hiwan tina luel gan la junub run ruan Daniel ku jala run ba Pir junub raj Ko chen yen bukti irut ku butwain ku bal nyer o ke o ka ja ko pan junub won ko king junub o gale bu galang da loyer nyale je ko mo we ga chalor tim chok we ko ben we ko bukan ban yok en yang makwaj ka je man tuni akol abia kankaro ko token bi alang de dit jalo lon ter tan ko ke gel ben man tina de ni jan ki ben chang kwa che ka lel ke liu e pire ni ko ben miedway en huk ben chang ko ki ben bu jam tim chok ten tan we ko da we ko bukan ban yok ka bi enaro tok tren ga bal ke la ka garo i anang ke yok chiro loy ten along pan junub ko che junub ro kwat ran ben ko ar ya ping ke le to mon jang le la ran kin fo ke wet cho le let kang a chi ya ben yal dul junub kunang gem ke gi ka koi ko ga go kat ko le ngul le yin ku yi ni reja kuma go kwa kuma yenga akuma yenga dia kena akalo ku bukang de bu kwari ko to jinu ku bengi jinu ku chola kuma kene ngode what is government ren nang ba jam wet ku le kene chwa ka le ka kuma raj gop ka kuma raj gop kada akuma de hitangi ko ko gen akuma teni tonga ka waja yelo ke system che set bi kar majtin kuna ye system en ki set ka system che gobriak system che lo ku bagel lo na de ye system kan de lo ye ka system che gobriak na ye ko ke to system ke ye lo ka gobriak ka ye nang ki wo rina chin ke wo ke ngin dier ka ju gop system en ki maj en kitab en bi ko ran maj longe bi ko ran maj ko ye ne ke lo ka kuma a che gobriak rina nang ke yo ke wa ku jam ka zin ke lo yin tek de yin wi ku bagat kwa kuma wi ku baraj gop kene ke yok personally fi Junub Sudan and hiran CID cha kang dom ku yogen yin ngin kang sur chen ku ko ke lwel ka sur ko chen ka che ko ke chang sur ya aware ko ben dul jur I believe by then tek de ran chol mudur biar ngen met en bi ko dul jur ko nan ko ben a jal bi duk jur kanang ran ji ke ka tiang de go lwel ye na tiang de jo ke kun ko tigali ba la tek de mi por ya ku bur kwal bu duk jur ren ke ba rabin gen ke ran gen ke la jur ko yi bela tingi lon hi en ke nyal ku jol ka de nanu ku jalo bo cho na le ting ka mu kamera de bo ye chol ko le ka cha dam ka ya ti mu cha wo bo le yin mene ko jal ku bu ko la jur tane che dang e niero gen na chi jal ka chin de lu ke ka chu le ko dong ni we ka ya ka sur ten ku ba ke la taw Facebook bi ku marai go e na ni ben gai rina ni ben ko ai wan ke jer bi ben jur bi ben bi nu ba ko ka che ta ka ba junu kuna hiran ben ta ka jal ka ku male bran pen duk la ku yen ya ran jal kana e wa ku marai gubtin te gera ku la yan pan junu kana men cho ka chidi tin ku lo liu ka nan jal ku bala ka da ku monum kuna ni nga yo ga na jal ku basur ke ngo ku marai gubtin adial ngi ken ni man ka ay ke yo ko ya ji ben ko chin ki ku mo loy den ke go ko ko jal bi duk to ware gi tin ken ko yang ngi ka ya wo ran sur ya wo ran cha wo loy ya wo ja ku ma ya wo ran sur a cha yo ku ten na ai kan ben yal ku jam ka loy ku le la ko ka ra ku mo go kwa kuma aben be ku le ka chol matamar safi au press conference ka chol because nan ku bu le la ir yung mo ku ma nya na ka to ka yen ke yen nier ku bi ko media bi ya da ir kuna la yo la bu nyu de nya la kan ka wo ten ka men media fi system media pi bai en ya marai na ro cha ren de wiji ne ku bala ir ku yin cha la ku chwat ku rin num kin la ku ro cha marai na nang da ka jiting ku ta ka bi marai ka bu nyu din internet media ke ga kuma kuna ne kuma ja la yin ka ji media ka kuma kana nan krai kuma kana anan ka tien rena chin ka tien ka chi lo ku ba jai media kana jayok na jam ko ka ngi ka le nge man ka cha kuma jam ko kana yi ka bang yai woni we ko ja kuma we to Junub Sudan ran yelwe la kuma ci jam go kuma nga kuma system ko kuma ka jiben aguti yan jam kan kana ya wijin ku buka nyuida maybe we have to sit back and ask ourselves, define the government. I think people of South Sudan should understand the definition of government. Government is not self-accumulated. Government is system. Government are people. Yes, it could be abused. The people in the system can take advantage of public. But the definition of government would still remain the same. So achina lebe ya luela akuma chirai gop. Rena ninga luel kegila akuma gop. Kegili kubichok. Kana ina kayu jupo martin. That achiya lo na ningan chiben kwa nanga chirai foku jam. Kedide wi kubutan ping kegide remen. Wachinde lo itin. Ran ku choka ran ji poria ka nanga de na ji poria ku chi tong yok ben thor ku te ka dia ku nang dia la ka de na po ke ja so o du ku lo tun bu ga loela du la jam ke bian ke nyal ku na bia my main one of the topic in Yemen then actual pay to play e tong ka waje lo ke pay to play tung mon yang anang ke to pin ba jal tuk au ba jal thuej taban de ke ko ngejen ko de gon ke thuej gumara wo in ke chol game ko ne ka loy te yugin game ke gon thuej ko thuej tin we ke ne kon we ku to pin ku ba jal thuej pay to play ke bian kan nyal ke ran chola yaga ran chola yaga chuktin social media iten ko chi disappear ta pin klar there is alleged lona de yen ke chidom kunang chidom ka wo lan sometimes chi lu bu du nyai na jam ke metin that there is something wrong with that ran chola yaga chuktin social media iten chi ben kulwele yen ka chokaro aji ka to pin ran ko chi ran chi ton le yin na lo yo ka ro lo yin bu be ke commissioner will center tek de kana acha ya ga ngil ban be ke wachir kana kiche ya ga jallo ke yam a wachene lo la yer social media kenne ngi ku en te akuma junub en te ko luitin people are not employed based on merit people are not employed based on what they know people are employed in South Sudan based on who you know the employment in government is not on the merit. It's not on skill. It's not what you know. It's on who you know. And if you don't know anybody, then you can bribe your way out. If somebody is disputing this, then you are lying. This is a known situation in South Sudan. Whether being a local government or the national government. That's how people get job in government. It's based on connection. And that's why sometimes the people in government seem to be complaining that they are employing people and those people are not productive. They are not producing anything. I just think years back, Lana Yen and Koja complaining, Lana Yen, anan ko chi aben ke shadat pat kuna la ka yelo ka chi ka loy no ke bana ke ka chi shadat ke bo ke connection ke bana ke connection in bo ke that's why they cannot do anything and be a director general be a minister be a young because of connection na ki jali yegin la the only thing you need is the heat neck tiding gala ujala suit and that's all because some years back anang anti complaining lo na de yene yak ko ya chia be ko ala ben air bo lu ke ko chi loy ben loy why because they are not qualified to work on that position but why are they are there because of connection in fact ko alo ko bala ge yak mama di ne yak ma tinga pinya tinga pin loy kana kuma kana wi ku yin chakalo yin man ya wi ko ba ting pin karan won ken ku te le yak ka ngata sinden lakin ran di ka ngaka wi shadat okay ke ka tan le ka wi shadat la ke mu bala loy kale na shada ka che problem kule somewhere sinden ko la ko mo shada cannot be verified because government doesn't even make effort to verify the degree you bake. I believe because Rambla Bishadu, but we should go there. Yelchin Shada. Ranbur Jorkula Kalachara, do we shook? Yen there is Shada. So now look at Ayuk Maka take a victim command. So Kashada be done by a Kadomran and then a little degree. Queen and Shin Loy. So can I get in a car and Shin got it's not new. A Kentucky? Erin the Lula Kuma Loy in a Kang Pinganican. Wouldn't you wit Binyai? Kuna wit Binyai go out with boarding our Kumi, Kubania Kuma Kadi. Quachan Bullet and then Kakoi Kikakang. Koi was there Bugatik. 11 Manangaran Yakin, Renakin and Yaku take a loy. So Ayaga looking for a position, I get Yakaro Yokule Randi, like we're upping our Tekang, Goran, I like our Tekango. Golaina, Madalaina, Chile Kagano. Could the Ayoko Kawan and Tunungi? I can't like any, I invite Alcam Magadi go. Could the what at Suklu like a winner huggy? I guess there are more win. Go get. So Akuma, I getting baby and a color. Quale Baluela Kuma, Northern Bargazal, is not doing good job in terms of refuting of any information. Take it from me. In an mug information. He would gang one the interview with Ran Salva Kiir President Salva Kiir why you get interview. Where are you coming from? Salva Kiir can Luela like a chilago or a way like Yagan Dunia coordinate. Bagaben become a sito. Goranda who told you that and you are the president? Bologan, where are you coming from? You don't know who said that? So Kia low equarkana, go a little president Kirla Kajila Kekana. Is good because the Wijan Bagadang refuted. Loy Betriga win, Bishin doubt. A lot of baby refuted by government. I hit out one, I are creating more question than answer. Even though I'm glad to look at you, the way Yen Ben with here didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. And I call when I would come media book a thief talk. Well, I'm fearing I'm talking around book about it in which one wedding. Now, can I get Thiago Calar Ben Luelania? The way you refuted it, didn't make sense. The here loyalty where he will come kid. I go you know loy. In fact, I'm going to look at them narrative, Najidam can go. Kinema would be a kuma kubaloy. Akuma, a system he designed to govern people, for people to govern themselves. So in he by Yakam, well, be a position, he bet you are 7 people. I know, and I'm going to Najika bag, Luanaki in Akuma. Lakini in Hibag Bakaloy. It's not other way around. It's not people serving you, you are serving people. So can I color? You can keep in kid one investigation, credible investigation, one get keep on. And by the way, pay to play in foundation to corruption can ay ko the corruption doesn't look at your work about jarway when I got a dam the weird cat well ko that they can be considered looking at your room like corruption can because pay to play in diminution it hit well and can ton kawaja bagadang bato pin batwe can a form of corruption whereby you give money or you give whatever you have to a politician or somebody in a strong position, either to give you a contract because in a contract with Nakuma, so Karan can live when again on a contract when or to get a position in the government. And that's what Ayaga did. A pay to play. Because it's looking for a position, go you get a politician who already have access. Go you get it. Can Akalara indictment on the government of Northern Barkazal, the Chawu Bagi refuted in Ukachi, can you go below to investigate and prosecute that obvious corruption? Because the Nangano Karo, Lokadiak, maybe take the Bayaka Bengo Karo, Lanyan Pelbo, Kinko Kangwan Bay, Kayanaba. And in fact, here, Yakaki Willian, a young Japuna Leban Kokanakar in Kabudu, Bukaduga no. Is it based on salary? No. A position here again in Akuma Kanakan. So, yen in the agreement, Yadam, could you land in my Yanaka cake? Ben Yalayo, a little walk, walking, a little going through. In general, Charles, I call. If I were you in that government, and I don't even know, and I will get to that next topic, if the judicial system is really independent from the executive, investigation should have been launched. Kuranakular can accuse can actually be brush up. Can I use in order to system and nobody can touch him? It's a brush up. Maybe there are some other witness. That's the only thing because when you exchange money between you and other individual, lakin when bukwad ko tegrande and kati waro gaya ogeda whether gaya right this is obvious. So rana ya chola ya kachi bu brush up ko ya gayen kede jilu ka chi we silent be logo go le ka ya sini kana wrong kana because problem cha yaga problem is system chi kana if we are letting that system to prevail, then we are doomed to fail in governance system. It can be real investigation below independent investigation. Wrong. If you were planning it to do it secretly, hold on a second. I don't know if people so kana a che ka le ku ba ya ga bu ke any problem. Okay, investigation e beloy. I will call you back. I'm in show right now. Investigation e beloy to make sure to stop something like that. Burushi beloy fi mustaqbal. That should be the main thing in the Kulubuloy. Lakini Jibani brush up, Kurani Cholayaga, even when we Guluyaga Kandaro, we don't know about it. I believe Minister of Information, Jiban Luyaga, can quit. Okay, a quick Lakini Jibanial. Government should go in there and find out. A Chikabawari, Brian will quit. Because Akuman he accused. This is not between two individuals. Achayaga Kiran Kigok. Yeah, Akuma, and he accused in the UN system, and he Akuma Quine. Acha correct. That means coi cái bài cũng bị mình tin nữa, coi cái bài bị was that, kuna chỉ là lui nha cơ, cả bây giờ là lui là cái chuyện nghe lui, because cái word đấy bao cái chuyện này kì, cái này application đấy bài lui cái này which position là, bây giờ là anh cái bao lui cái liu. So I would advise Governor of Northern Bahr El Ghazel State, because you quadway. To be given the Alchidicana, so I'll make it low pin, could be Nial, Bubenial, Blue Pomnial, at least try to do something. Look that by Bachar when you will on a year and get a lawyer. I say, why you brush up Bagulago, we don't know, getting that you continue to open. No. I got a little but I think with intimidation, them no. And I'm looking for that guy that I got. Naki dom can you benefit to then. But when you can idea in Oakland Yoga and that I black and that I'm going to Yoga. Kurana Yoga in Kilogan Akumatic. Well, in Kangdom on behalf of governor. In Adin Akumatic to be a Kumasan. Lana Governor Jibay when we accommodate in Adin Katik. Kariapian Glass, Latina take you, I take you recommend. And that's another problem that we have. When they Kuma Kwan, Iran you appointed, what Kuma elected. That's what happened. Even the lean ben in Yawood, Iran Hiba in India good because in Vian Palabinia. And that's why I can Governor Louis Muntin. Governor Nanki Louis Walai will only live. Because in Iran, India became a Louis and in keeping. Edier koi be lumbu latin ke me yar ko rangan kara nyaay whether bulu wala chi lui ala bulu be ko nye na cho la lui na pe tin ya ko ngor nyay bo le jaz ke kwerda. So pay to play was an indictment on the government of Northern Bahr El Ghazel State. Queen Akam General Charles Madud in yele ko juj la na yin chin ka le ko ba cham yin yamdu but in ran kirel pan mon jang in kiditin ku jal bala wang bator telein bio gok wala to ke kala bio ku lo to pol bi ran cham a che to ke tat yin am bio ki ni tat ba to ba kala pol bi ran cham Kararab kan gule ban ran chi ab ke cham ke yin wit in dong bio bitat a che to ke dodor ki bukatan so yin piadu ke personally kula ko bio banang kuiloy ubelang galaria ku madui ka je bopul dan ni pat personally rini kita ka ngai baka bai baka mungni so ka chira ka cha ben yala kuma du ka ju pe kwa wi baki ga yiga dress in a way when we buy be na convince be ni yen kaka a chi banya ka jame kwa ting ku jala ta den chi lor to kit en ki we ga chi ja media na ti we la bak ko ja kat we ja suspect no yen nang ke ran yo because ran ating bulin no gariyo ran jiri maloy so ran ja la ke chu ben jam ran nang ngi chu ben le gen ko chino kuma le brel ku jala ko loyo ku bay so kana ya kana ku jak dom ka yoy ko bag loy nar nang ke jara loy ke loy ke jara ganunia kwa yo ko chin jiri ma loy that was politics a pay to play a chiga ga gam na wi ku bran ke la ngain tok ka ke grande ni chen ok to pin lakin ku wi ko ko loy a practice chir kenen wi ko ko pol in mother of corruption gan gan that is the real definition of corruption. That is the obvious corruption. Now you are fighting corruption. I will you Sudan. Oh, I'm fighting corruption. Do we really know what corruption is? Gabal cook for again. Now when you fight, you need to identify your enemy first. A which enemy and you fight bakang is that the so ananga you got to go and ananga tina the give the 10 anti-corruption. What is corruption really? Do we know what corruption is? What is the difference between corruption and theft? What is the difference between corruption and theft? Somebody went and steals money, steal anything. Kujala in corruption in Maria. I doubt people understand what corruption is. I doubt that. And that's why hidden change is low, because we are fighting unknown enemies. Actual corruption, we don't know what corruption is. Sometimes corruption can pass by without even knowing it, but we are waiting for corruption to fight. We'll be sitting in there, oh, I'm anti-corruption, I'm fighting corruption. But corruption could come here and pass by, or sitting with me while I'm claiming to be fighting the corruption. That was the mother of corruption. A pay-to-play is the pure corruption. You are paying somebody, you are bribing somebody to get that position. It's not on the merit of whether you are qualified to do that job or not. So now, I'm going back to the next topic in B, and almost an and before that, I think I have to play this video, and I will say also share some pictures. So watch this video.
Pandune to no. Eh? Apa dapat?
Yên có bé cái giờ ngô thế ô coi cái khu vẫn là để làm cây càng qua để làm cây là đấy tên mình cái khu của là lúc kia đây cái mình đấy anh gửi thế coi cái ao kia tên qua nào mà cái đó tên để anh mình tìm cái khu ao cái chuột thì ra nên cái đàn này thằng chí mày cái dân thì đây là lúc tên cái Pakala dan lain kau beri apa, lain kau tiada apa kali kali ada. Tanja mari kita ni option. Boleh cara yang kau kiri ni. Kiri Chin bani apa, paper mawan chip, kan di pom ya lepas lagi, yang dia pun maju ke tiap. Ambil maaf dengan bani apa, bukan. Keju yang aku maju kita kita kan bukan.
In a championship play, I believe I checked him Gladden Simon ko Simon D jamden ko jayok emon mo fruit ko bagwa jamden is ball part ko ter jalo la ke gran kana busy video kana jalok piang kala nang video jilok ben jenden ko bagor chok ki rana kumara ne muk sijin kana jilok ben be ku be jam kwen gon jalwela kuma chimal Bahr El Ghazel jalwela en la ka wan wi ku blok dug na mau bi refuted it make it worse kaga masu yunin they are sijini on various crime. All of them, we don't know what they did. But somehow they might have violated some law, breaking laws. And they end up in there. Some of them might be like brother Ayagakala being like dumb because he's complaining on the social media and therefore Chakuma Raigwop Kalegu with the oxygen. Now, Rana Kilo Ben Bekolar, could you really in? Why you be an Kajam, then you will again? Olaya Aki refuted Lona Dayen. La video can share correct. Video today. Could you loy? Chicken and technology will an AI will come to you. Queen and remove prison a Clarken. Aki disputed like a kilo like an ben. So a blaming Sultan Kilo. Lana yen a chicken topping, taken a quality expose. What you blaming Sultan Kilo? Lona yen it seemed ran canna. A 2 weeks of Rumuntin and Williamson Semondi, which is also dangerous statement to be stated by law enforcement. Security wise, that is not, you cannot mix political with the court system. Because Simon D. activists. And he's not alone, there are thousands of them online here. Those who are fighting against government. There are also thousands of activists supporting the government on social media. But the refute video that follow in Kilok Ben Lona de Yen and Ben Kuchinanti authorized. Yes, Kuchinanti authorized. But this has happened across the world. Sometimes Kang Akuma Sheka Yok Lakin the leak out. Because there are some people that want to know, want to let the world know there is something wrong here. So, in General Lagalar in Muga Sijin, actually, you have a problem. Yes, you might have to defend. But you know, it was not authorized video below it. Lakin, Rankana, if it turn out to be any Sultan local, then the Sultan is not a part of government. Lana koi ko arasi ni tinden because aba through kadang salatin koi ko da ma kama salatin da den le kama tinden. So to deny lana yen Sultan ni kin hak tinden albe majority men machagala roloy ar jog lu ar jog den salatin bi gala tan guda ku ke ka ko la mai tere ngala yo ko boy ka mai so yen sultan anang right ku bala beting kuna lo yik blame la because yen ka tudal yo ko na ye ke am tin ku dang jilan fulda an chol se mandi. And by the way aku mo dun Junub Sudan yi ka bagdade we ko ra ku mai aku mo Junub Sudan kin sir kidan de le ke sir el wel ga la liu wara ko e nga dal ding wala nga ya ma la pan la ke la pan ngeen ke pung so pan ku na Junub Sudan apung ko che man tin ki a ki pin na Junub na go pung ata ara para mon tara ko ara mon tara ko wele ke yel wel ju bo gabal ki bay ben be ay ara bay go ra yer jere di tortu so pan kun aku ma go pung ta ku ma jape ko ki ba me ke aku ma ana ye ya ke yok ku ne ngan ja yok ke ke da yin yin. And this is around the world. If you guys remember, the first term of President Trump was flagged with all leak information. What you know, because the law it was not right. Koira ku bi ka ma chap ka man. Koira ku mi za do ke President Trump one. I'm more than in America. So what they did was leaking. Land the law ran out of the law. Kayi gili ku le ko media nan ka law ran kan den. Can be by ping. So leak information kika dangerous information ro law ya ka yoki ga ara ja kuma dun. Come one of the reasons leak back a man is because you guys refuse to come out and explain to the public. When you refuse to come and tell people what is going on, you try to hide something. That's where the leak come from. People will smuggle that information out. They will put that information out for the public to know. Because the government official refused to come out and publicly state what's going on, brief the people. The idea of press conference, the idea of engage with media is to let the people know what you're doing. It's to let the people know what's going on. But when government decide to hover over the information, trying to hide, this is where the leak come from. That information will find its way out. Information is almost like water. It's like air. You cannot control it. People cái don't even can way cái ya. Bưng gì long thủy đen phanh cái cổ, phanh nuôi lôi cái tệ phía đây có long thủy. Back to the topic. Philalam. First of all, I'm not a lawyer. Okay. If I'm bald and having necktie, I may look like a lawyer, but I'm not a lawyer. But this doesn't require me to know the law or to have a law degree to see the inhumane of prisoners. In the world, judiciary system ukam au guda ben bika dia bika chadi na ningan chi mach ningan chi kum ga and then the kiran kum ke jal jot ku bugat sijini idea buta sijin in general it hadif brani ga dabu kuburan buki jiri ma chirken bi chibe loy ku chiranda da yer kaman ran ki kan loy buki chirken bi chi loy na le loy ka yen ka freedom de abu compromise ko biya sijini ku ko chila sijini. It doesn't mean that worse people. They need to be corrected. I think the United States in the system of in prison system, actual correctional and correctional department. You need to correct this society. You need to correct these individuals because they made a mistake. They break the law, or they broke the law. That's why they are in prison now. Right now, Therefore, they need to be corrected and reinstated back to the society to be productive. Being in prison is already a punishment. But to let somebody starve, you don't give them food, that extra punishment. And that is inhumane. Already being in prison, a punishment, is some kind of punishment. Kunale ipul kubichi moicham, manake another punishment on top of original punishment. He does it. Kunale ipul bichi like. Another punishment on top of that. Jadi kau kau jukum no, kau belu kan nak ke kan jukum no kelarang kan kemenok. Kutuan kelarang kan aja pol betul tuan. It must be treated. Belu ala atabadak na la kum ke bejal no. Ke bejal no kan ngijinu kan nak kin kau cek tuan cek nok sini. We cannot say oh buk pal tuan belu nok senden, therefore ke buk jal taran dan dinong. No. Adil yek treated ran kana. Ata badak bu kum den nak yen bejal be. Igno gen gano. So ko kira ka. Kira loy kana. Iya abuse, it's simply abuse. Yes. Ahi beran muk sijin gilu kelar la. Ele mezania ben ku kan tana ya yok. Yin ban kana chei. Kani ku balwel. Kwa dial ngeji nu kulweli ni che na che nango wo enu ba marat re ni tenengin was kadang wa position muku jam kana giga ka kon jalwel jana yelwel ja ku maraj gup ku tegi la nyaay dar kule ngulo long chi ke ibon do ko jalwel yi ki ni nyay in le bi nya yin ja ku maraj gup ku jala ka jalwel kali kana akoy polu ka riyo bu ko ya jam wel che yi o ngai ku by the way nang politician klar ma jangor kwan kilwe open la salary zagar wudu bar le mana jam kang meya musmana bolis au sijun kan in work yo kana wudu bar le mana jam la meya ka chike yo kwa kya kwa budget loy musmana rane ni bolis bu me de yo kana bolis does it come up with a budget. So can he emezani akiem ko rasu jini liu kunang liu kunang de chayo ke nangan he got people you don't even have to come aki yek puji lord bi na jam gen no naneng budget yegin kana mutagar kala bagam ke kuna jin ki ban gen lo kene ene yin ko laru ke jalwel ke gara su jini ai taw su jini zinden en jin ki japen naneng ji ba ke yike ke yeke na liu ka jin ki yeke kinin gan gana ke koy ka awoy ken chu ko loy en acha ko because na awo kiran loy whether a jwana le wala en ki dom den ku gan ki dom ken le then you have to go through court about that because I know ran ben le random bud dom kan ki loy kuna yesu yir bare gele no wala ti mi dom mi ngale ka jiloy lan kiran no ko iran del no so I'm not talking about whether they are guilty or not actual budget bit of reason in Benton, they come from tech revenue. Kwa kuma anang benefit ye loy sijun cost. Okay, wa quick some time to say oga dola po benbe. Yes, oga dola po benbe. Lakin nang debi within when we say nang wa po benbe, we did not just appear out of nowhere. And nang debi within. Kudan biyo within ang system. Kujalen system kana. Kako kale wo juri yeg lo mutin. Nena juru wa mazulumin, juru chiwo yeg zalamo kache ogale okume wale. Lakin sijin. I don't think you will be complaining no ki akika ake part of the youth. Majority man ko ara sijun ya kay dom ajinubin. Ko izar musiji kada ngora ka sijun ga ajinubin. Teneng experience kunya iten den chimal I think being prisoner wards could have been the best experience that we get. Jega le bora bi lo mutun gal ki nyodo aw ay gelo itu liu. Adu bat ge ja ke ay lu bugale wa ke achu ko yok. Lakin being a police with a sijun majority tena ginubi. So are we saying also wa pa ben be ye ga ngai wa ku je lu se ga sijun de lo ena ku go. Budget a ben be tax revenue. Kujiro lo kana inhumane ko chika dom wara sijini. They already being punished. Whether ko chi look wala ko ju ku bi sijini. A punishment gana. Lakin buka pal chok another punishment on top of that. Who to blame? Akuma. Because budget with our prisoners aben be take revenue. And by the way, kek mo tani ka ijal dom ka. They were once taxpayers. They were once taxpayers. Whether nangan bay ko wana le ka nang wori wora jwar ni bay kina ke jwar ni ke ka. Wala rande nang te jaden tine loy adare bay ka topi. They were once taxpayers. And for the government to make sure they kuning ba ganun chik donko kule you serve time nin kudang loy, then people want them to, you have to work with them to bring them back to workforce so they can pay tax to the government. That should be the job of the government. Ke ko chi ko kum pal ko chi luok ko chi ko kum kun ja lwela o ga che jadit long kang siyun ka angai kuan ter whether madinga wul ten wala rumbe wala anywhere wala Khartoum masajid ay ka babe aki akwa chwari aki alongo dia kribe ko lo ayakuma use instead bi cham kurel ka dangai you put them to work for the government tenenga wi bakaloy ate wonder madinga wula ati ngona ke laga kwari matare ligi ja kwari. So instead of government hiring somebody else bukadang bula loy ka ke ka mo we ka mo cham ku jol ka lui. If you expect okay ka chile bi nyu baka mo cham ko jing ka le ga no ran try malai lakin ko ke lui alle bu ga be naneng lon ti ni ye ku ma loy ka loy ke ten enten ye loy ke. I'm not talking about hard labor chan bu ga punish no ata yen su juni le system bugen mo su juni nga biga productive to put them back away. Yes, amuke akuma aji ajin freedom bikyat lakin use them, make them work. Ali biglu under the guide of Sijun. This is not new. So in general, Charles, I know ka ali bu kwani ko le kai ni chei ni nang ka jalo lakin ka lui papa kuma do you have to deal with them. Ka lui papa nyala kuma do chala ne ke ka ngai rather there. Ki do ya ka ngai yok. Now they're showing up. You need to do something about it. You need to do something about it. Ukam go jal tek dagara du mujina anji ka dia thing ai del wel ko jini evidence chit kena. So instead of punish ran chi evidence baby loy ma wala banen correction loy ma wala banen ga chuktin angi ko elwe na yaran dom hiwe gram ram yaran dom we ya sigi ni ke lwe kala ibu mi da be na chi ga ko lingo ko idea elwe ran chi dom. It's not that because I know dom hero Sudan. anang dom biran ben ba ule unti kana tek daren ben an general wala ngodia ule unti kana la dam ga na karal ga ya ga yela dan kana yi buri ga la dam ang jok si hin re ben dom jir ken te dom ran awar ken bala ken kang be ya ga de ni kong wang lo loy ila war fani kule barin ki dom ko jir ga ta sen ai dom ko nya ya lo ga Junub Sudan ko ta madinga wol lakin nang ko ga dom pat bele o ya skri ya am suk zona ude sije ata sen ko ne ke lawful kana so yin ban Charles we wa ko madu rather than ba ko rana muksiyin kana bi dia ayo kiri nang mikila au yen ni ran pol ko ngan loy e ko mafurut sujun ba ka ko ya jama o ganang local revenue aso ga ye ka jwar an muta ka nyum lel kana sum nyum lel ko ay jwar de budget elu ke budget akuma budget ye pass fi assembly fi state assembly ajini kang sujun kana ni wala bi ngade kana te lele men la budget kala budget jagur ke ken wala ben tem ku jigen sujun ci tem en fal kan bread because important regara sujun ga ko akoy nai wildlife air can yes animal are protected like they are not more important than human being. That's my opinion. Actually animal is more important than human being. So ko budget beta sijun emun mufrud biya ka tawte to here security can ben whether security can local wala gadam because you are part of security. So you can police kujala jej a part of security depending a level of security. And then call internal, then call external outside. So kana choro koi loy a best way kubukai coi chiraka coi pol coi tap abachen de coi rajot coi chiraka la igai wom nyorot kujul gua jam gulel kula la ken ka chuyuk ram tina in malum ya da yer ka chuyuk malum jirangan ba yer malum pa kuina ne muksijin aja in butang kan warnam lan ko tan ko ni achan basijin ma nyai mai ilal manang budget ilal manang mezania ye nare tun gamu nali tun ka cinta yogun tun kunat ya ngap jam who will talk on your behalf so dugunye balwela ran ci malum kan ga ber la ke ci yok ci ke nan wel ran gor ko to nan wel ya tun se mandi to ke se mandi wel ko ke what about them se mandi tin tin den biya jam den ko ka lel ke ka che ka nan la ga dang wala ke lo ya ka lel why what about it unless we ngi ni ye ne ka elwel ka a ka jitian pin ya ke le lwe re kuna ye jitian pin ka arai a chen de so kana sijin we ko legislature command we ga nyu pin ku tiet ka and I'm well aware some years back and you're one of the member of legislature you state you go roaming for the call kelly but I will go yati why you here the we are jaza wole wajira le jaza wati yo lo lana u kad loy ile na ga kin break nya ben lui potur ke lakini u kad loy ile yo chat pa su và ti chúng lôi đến cái chân nim lôi cái gì bên lôi lên cái bên cái gì we are in trouble you know ya my speaker la cái gì gì be a speaker in agenda be is that how it work in a state assembly naning anti kwani ke speaker ke inti tung naning king ji lwel ko jal puk puk bugla roaming su ke na ko lok to dum raw ngade because speaker yin ji be if that's the case then this is the time to discuss this stuff kaka should be addressed in a state assembly tanak chok ana su yuna nak chok kadang okay that should be debated ku chol ra mu system kan because legislature bi chol ku ti ba ta na ju ting den ku jar ko za we ko ja da ga bagla bag zera bagloy rin we ga ra nyin ko kene ne do tin kene e nyin ko kan kene lanan de yin mosul der do rin tin a che der do che ko ya der do ke wur jot bi gana lu complain ma ke joro lo ke mazara kene ke ka mazara so e yin a won representative in bujar baga yek visit find out why take the ding the budget ya ga bebe won ke budget ya ga bebe you approve ku now a cha yo ke no si jin chin ke cham tin this is the time bakti budget won you approve then you na kam chu chi barada why ke e masajid ke dang loy kitaban kala this should be the time ashe governor to gane ne bo nye ada majlis inda bi gar jot tingin gan bi la ziyara find out exactly kranyum lel ku jalawan ko gi bagati na ka budget den ta then this is the time next time lo budget loy bag lo ya jama siyun a boy tin ke masajid ku ka chin gida a chin budget me de gir li ku jala ka chem masajid ta ke yo maybe you can come up with some ideas le ba wen ke dal ko li bi ko ka bi ga moy ke cham whether you put them to work themselves you can come up with mashru ta kira bigar na ai ranji dam kirtin lo ke le purtin til na lo ben yak du pai pa kulo ke biya ke to ke ai next time ai le ben ke cham gana ke be ke cham then government will not be worried about budget maybe na ning budget be that budget be take this is inhumane this is a terrible thing but please rather than addressing this I heard now people are going to arrest people because somebody leaked the information that's the wrong direction we should not punish people because they find out something wrong to be fixed tening anti ke jeng yok na yok logia then I think it would be time to talk to the doctors in hospital I think the other way is to talk to people working in hospital the doctor na lor kana ku yogi ki malaria dom ka shi legin malaria shi dom because na logia ka shi rai go then we'll see how you feel about it wala yogi hi trainer train ko yok lang diar ki yok ku bid la na lwel ma kari ya go ku pelim ba jal ke lon min pir niaga so na ngan ti ka yok na ko ka chi le ka la ka mai so ye di jero loy bu sultan bu le ka jidam madim ka yek verify lakin de den ki jero loy chit kin kana wala kangrel ko nim zado idea chit kin kana this need to be stopped achente loye michagal ko bu ka yik discover abaka gor bi nga ko because ko abi ari hoj erna loyal kan budam Well, for example, and he chat and la kir ko tin ngu yok jur ka ba ku jal kar ku le war ka juri kiten gyot ku ba ko do man ku le inja ku marai gop nya ko ban juri ka ba ka le ka I know okay I can same but I same nan ko ki dom sigini ga a ko everybody can go to kadang fi sigin depending on ko dun jalo so a julu bu ko le ko ke musu yunin ga le ka ka ko re fi society no da ambina woji yelo kuna ki woji ga we have to correct them ale ba ga moy ke chama ke gu ga correct bi le ke chalo kana woji du gan dogi that's why ne ra ya sigini na le ban ben ya le yu higin ben lo ke ben duk sigini du ben lo kulik ra da er yin ken ko mai na le lo kana woji kan don ya ke yin be mai mo chi ngang mai that's the idea of sigin ka ka very shameful chir loy but don't take it as you know akuma don jirai go I know akuma ile akuma dia loy ka kana people are aware and they're showing out akuma don wuj bu ko we are lagin ka wayu ka wayu kit and then find the solution maybe ba ka dog zar ba cha ba te ko la ka kina chir loy we ki ga liu ko ka ra ga ngu ba lo ngu bu loy some people come with good ideas to help you out so kai kwa cho ja dia loy and you want our ja loy and 27 minutes but these need to stop these need to stop ken ken akolar ken ye bi loy them they could be ko legislative assembly ka bur jot big law big ziara okay big law dia rasmi big official visit big law bu ko ka bu la ting kutinge ge ata prison zato ay law in a label anan ko won ji ram capital gedang crime a ci ka loy ali bi nan gedang de no to wala ngara so won ti dan tin ran ci dam te re ma chajer yoro loy wala ngodi kuna nya ka bula ma ka ma yaw bi damana ku duwe ya jama le do something at least bidang tongo chak lo kanang tong kilo ya huh ajegre even ne bi long kulong kulong you need system the one you know Sudan that's where also corruption is playing very a terrible role in the judicial system ache guda ke liu ko yon confident atfen ko nan ko incompetent atfen kamania ko ndiga nin kak tenen because we jan be a child to ke judge lane the only the common thing that we have right now it title like molana that's a common title everybody molana ki whether it means you are a lawyer or maybe lakab ji ko ya ba ke molana as a title then you either way you either have to be a doctor or a molana aki two thing elo ga lakini ngane da businessman ko ngane ya farmer ku ki ga important title ben system real fi wala jamal Bahr El Ghazal ku junub kullu ku ranen muk judiciary mun tine ani kang jam no tren guda a ci ga war wer ci ga ayo kaman aku ma yelo itin ko luok ta gon lebu ka tol within a week wa ngodia ay ka look years ko ya jit kek sa gar pa lebu look years urna ke aluke ay lungwen men ka jalwe lungwen men na pa del no ane wala na luka may ga da may luk pa ka diak pa ka da nok ko ngwana lungwen luka ay ka go lemma na lo ngutin ke then you give up your right ku guri ben a wi gri pay to play when is not only in politics it's everywhere is everywhere so government system and the initial judiciary again This to me is very sensitive because it involves people's life. Ren the leogla, bujaram irra loy for society. Kujaram aki gandol well. Kamoy tama wan kana chile blachok. So very important. The judicial system, the court system. The court system work alu to ke prisoners. Lana gadin ran kum kujel yat tan sujud. In kamani ye gadi. You need to look back. Ko jagat wise again. I think Gudaten should intervene. All of you, you are enforcing law. You are enforcing the law of the country, whether it's state level or wherever. Being law enforcement doesn't give you over what you have to punish people. Yes, you could send people based on a law. You cited the law, but I'm having it guilty. In Brankum based on the law. It's not based on what you want. But also you want to make sure that these people also have a constitutional right. As citizens of the Republic of South Sudan, they have a constitutional right that their right should not be violated. Their right to live, their right to be having a decent life, like eating at least. But if you can get that basic thing you can give to prison. You can give to prisoners. That's all. That's the basic. So we call it legislature. Imofruit bagla, bagziera, bakaloy, sajil ziera, lekulu del, arasat, lekamsa, mahafazat. To acquaint yourself, to see what is going on there. And when you do the budget next time, you have to include that. But that's you. Maybe take the budget live. But at least the you should include. So picture doesn't lie. I swear to thing. These are not AI. Okay. Kaka aswar ke kira loithen. Jala video chukting. Yen ke dia akira. Sultan aklar kana. In chicken baby. Pachirano latan gulele ke Sudan yellow benten ko chungi kiran William Semandi. Please you get down. Tapping a collar ke ajal will get you get down. Please wanka. Rangar chikaltan. You know what you loy. I think. In fact, in an emuxin angan a hikoin. Kubulela jama and koiras in it. Jala sujun chinki real big koi kasha. Koyanakyo. Ke koi kaman anangak buka you treated. Nanning and chi joidam. Kiyat panakim. Lanam hug there. Could be treated. A one thing I call and Kingri the topic you find out, but it has to be treated. A jipal buto. The Yalan here come knock, Kayiga la Jubajan knock Naga. So Kagaki Kagaro could be and by Jantan, pay to play Ayagadin Gana. Najaya Garo topping, and by the way, big wet thing. Lakini yaga kujagdam ko wenga yaga ake nai wedin jinga depan wala ka lakini na ande laka de boyok tun kan kana ala wo mun ka bi ko pin no ko ga ko yad ko na ju yo ne ko ben tit ko mu de kana so ko ga ko to pin na ki ko kwan la ko nyu ko mo kun bu pet chok la nyai chan wonen fursa tane so en ko lo kan so en game lo ta ka ya be la tan ki ma ya di rangan jin ko lo ko rana pa din ki ma ya di waran na pung ku nge ka war kana. Then you go kong la quickly bein kong la banyan du bakang do na cha wai kene ko ben ni so eti report loin ga yaga che yaga ni ko jal ko ko ja ke ko ben ko le ko la ga nga ji wok ji yok ko ya ke ko ko je ya ga problem a yile bo ga nya ko le ken ben dam ma lon mu jigen kai ko ngoda mu jigen ben ngi ala ram po yak ba den ko jel ga le ngai kai we ki we ko je we lo ga ya ga ji ga dom ran den jin ga chol bola ko klar ko jigen da ga ga ba ti yo ga ro le lo ga ga ti ti queen ma du cha mu da kon ran ni jigen bu kara sa ga je queen na kuma ti kere nyo din ko bi lu ko in ga che ko qualify tene ngan ben wi giro comment ken ko ngu chuk da ra yo comment le un tu kin lo ye ko ngu chuk te ran ngan ko to bi ye yo comment ben yo comment ben lo nge I think that should be the lesson next time ran ben ke wi ya kam ken ko ran ben le un tu kin lo ye ka la wi chuk ba make sure na ngan ni no ka re ni to bi nge tin ben yo comment otherwise I have to interview that individual kan ko job interview liu the only job interview you get in aneng daw kun le karo kan kala you secure the job so we got a poll we kai kwa in gan bian kan but I have other thing that announcement baloy let me share with you here no we kai ben lok ben to ban nang bai pan chol korok beneng amat provincial on Labor Day so kana ayi ga ba le we la na kana akrat na ran we tioktin somewhere la jadi ni Hampshire kan you could come and join Korok community abeneng baramiden there next weekend you subit general assembly kan awul community aji chol chi awul community association i short nang mar ban loy amade chi lu ya jal wan teng klar ko furbulo this weekend kir ban loy so next weekend kana kada bu roma made ko mar bi atenum because nan ko la lui so bia 7 p.m. na iran bukan la ping kata no kan part of announcement na tek daga warak information below here so amad bro loy tin kana kan de ne ke diak pa ya igwa tiok ke dan chol Thanksgiving ko kwa will community association the one tradition kan loy long time ago tu jal beran loy wan kan chi beneng machakala will beneng beran loy wan kan pendoro ke tinga taw den lakina will community ni Thanksgiving all this time so Thanksgiving uben kana kedan del committee conference berloitin I believe that as of now panchol Tennessee nato lazy lakin tek na nang wala ko burja ben loy shelden ke yen lakin as of now Tennessee and be ya dia loitin but more detail how ben in term of date taban den ko wona yok you know Thanksgiving ko ya ben lo Thanksgiving this time around you would have to have your Thanksgiving with your children tingala ba yung kami so balok kami ko na ku jin ba jalu sa porque jala yung majima because jingi the low is in that much yung majima in a long jing bar jo na yung subit ko ning ko lul ka bulul ko naning pare zung tin bulo bi ko lu gadan kan kan bro loy so dana on ning plan din bulo but soon information about air bu ko won we atem to zakar can be the week so ka ke announcement to ba martin again the Cubenden I believe yum comes yum sita if I'm not mistaken Labor Day weekend I think because yum saba in your Monday which is Labor Day so kan korok abuloy panichol New Hampshire all are invited please attend that kan en long din bian kan ran le man ko ke man yit ku de ke man le yen la ka la na de yen ku mai jam go ku ina ku ma kin bu du ja le ke jam go ko na kwa ku ma a ko ke ga ku ma che mun di rinda ti ran bior ke le wa na ku ma da with the government ke mun di inda ke chit ken so o ko lo ten mistake jir lo au ka won jir lo ku mai a ke ji ka point out so ina an jol governor Charles Mudrakol I know things ajur jul ko kum do but please take initiative to correct this stuff nane ko ji ka dam to tregon khair mubashir ka chede de kana kuma ya we ko guda ko jala ga dan kana ko je nen bi ko jaldi enen bi do ben jaldi bi ale wa ji adola at least we have to practice what we know until buku chungi ken bujalan ben yaga. Okay, so the law we have right now, we have to practice them the way it should be, and then we grow from there. Kanina yogena akar waljib again loin gayaga naneng sultan kita maklar along kan sejun kan ka loin ga we ko legislature ga yad ko bagla ziara lag maka kadang kai bakating kating kucing ko ngwen issue ai budget you need to find out ren dare bato dare ba ka jwar, and this is where the budget come from. So do ati naning anti ko le budget ken ben no a dare ba ka jwar, you take tax from the people so you serve them. Okay, in ken reason ikang ikang tekan kan. Okay, take ai ka topping to serve the people kin that. So I yogan because in then but at least madinga will klonga loiga. We cannot be claim ourselves madinga will pan peaceful ko ngadi pan ngi ganun tin no. This one kan ngana ke ganun ni kare kichi ko forbi chokai no kan si ni ke part of ganun ni madinga will nare tin kana no ka ke ganun kan kala an because tin ko ga chale dor ni ale ko wek soon Ogabe come back to do the shows if time permit, but again it's just a time situation that preventing us from coming. Some weeks to come, I announced anyone and one of the former chairman of Uli Youth Union, Abadi Al-Chawal and Bijam Kagayan, because in Jorogo we seem to be knowing Tanzimat Lakin, Tanzimat Ajobari, or here, what you wrote everywhere open, and it seemed like walking on take the Tanzimat Lloyd. Kenna, could be anything but Chawal, but why they were successful. Kaya and Mukoy 10 don yale kene tim chok ko en mudun yang Mukoy
ga chan di ma bok a che wa ki wa ko ya be ga ban tin yin tialti yitin wa ma da bun pio la ya ma ko ke ga bun den ma ko nyan gore abu ko ro pan chal go ma cha bi ko ra ga ya dit shirka ngama ko na bun pio la ya ma ko I go to God out of where by Ben gonna already when you did power. Ben go to God out of where by Ben gonna chung them good and for will call him. I go to God out of where by Ben gonna bang score Mangan and by Sherry. You'll go to God out of where by You'll gonna do the word. Tinkuniwa, Tim Maja. You'll go to God out of where by You'll short a band long by my took to call you and talk just. So long, talk just. I could have called you. I couldn't want it. I couldn't mind it. About deal about trying to be our work. But I think what you done a champ. I'm not going to man your chair. Other man jumped in one job. Hello, Kulwa. Here I hear one year. She bandu. A man could have a coke, dear a coke. Koga. A man. Kalmari were one about that. Would longer do the band to do the madingi. Do Magana could. Devery would not wrongly. Real yard bill, Manata, Maria Shota, well. 1 yard bill got a cook, like shot, I talked to it all. Sunday Maria, that toy be up, away. Alacala Kara Bang, the Kadonga, when got up. Sunday Maria can't man to Yana Land, could take him nothing like but Jalpamak. Tunyan did your mida dark with it. Will gang roll, will joke, yeah. A Keban Tunyan did your mida dark with it. Garang ma tour garang do joke to a Keban Tunyan did your mida dark with it. A con ma joke tiar con ma do. A Keban Tunyan did your mida dark with it. Will Makarian will dal me lip. Keban Tunyan did your mida dark with it. Saban Tunyan did not shadow it. Kashin tar, Ulemialik, let your land you pan near roof. Legal Kujam Barial Gilliam knock, Kashin tar, Ulekanyali. I could jam Kinyali, what about Union? Kujam Kinyali, what about Union? Kujam do not to Dangai, Labo and intimate. One and got Chandir Mariachi built with a bit of Birchua Nali. Chandir Mariana, Peru, the girl to Naja, Kutonia, what? I try to get them. Come out of the little quality watch your toot. I try to get a pure body up. Come out of the little quality watch your toot. che thôi qua che pu wo to wa lwel ga ta ra ji bo nuôi nuôi bên này nhàn đuôi 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 đuôi